Okay, so I've at least started the recording for now.
People are going to VC instead of EMA.
Yep. The other day, some people were saying that they couldn't join the AMA. Okay, here they come. Here comes Waffles. Here comes. Well, at least, at least
I think it's only us because maybe some kind of permission.
I'm
Otherwise,
guessing.
other people will be here.
I mean, it's not set to private. Everyone can join.
Anyone can join.
Yeah, allow members to join the stage as the audience, disabling this and view channel permissions.
Okay, maybe everyone call on the EMA chat and let's see if people start coming.
The other day, people were saying that they couldn't join the.
I'll join the voice chat and check.
Okay, great.
Okay, all of a sudden, a lot of people's here now.
Yeah, I think there was an option here in the AMA stage thing that was sort of set to so people couldn't connect. I don't know what happened, but now everyone can join. What's up, everyone? How you guys doing?
Technology is very complicated.
Discord is one hell of a beast. Great, so everyone's here. AMA stage is locked. Okay, I suppose that was from beforehand. Sorry guys, like I said, I don't know what happened. For some reason it was switched, so not the permission for joining was off. So I just flipped that switch and now we're good. I don't know if we're gonna have more people joining, so let's go ahead and start off. And then of course we're already recording, and for anyone that's been asking for the previous AMA recording, I'm sorry guys, I've been trying to edit it because since we had an open mic, I wanted to make sure to edit it in a way that everyone can see who is talking at the time. But right now I don't have my my actual work computer or more like my typical PC. I have a laptop, and this laptop is very basic, so any sort of video editing is very complicated. I think what I'm going to end up doing is just simply for now upload the AMA like I did last time with no special editing and no sort of distinction between who's talking and who's not. So all of those that participated in the AMA the other day, I'm sorry that you guys won't be featured in it, and as well as who's ever going to be participating in our open mic today. So to start off, very quick, I want to do some announcements. Let's start off with some good stuff, and then move into some of the things that I'm sure a lot of you guys are expecting from us. First off, thank you everyone for the support that during this tough week. Things have been going very good. There's been a lot of good things going on. At least we've been listed finally on CoinGecko, on CoinMarketCap. We've also been listed on Crypto.com for some reason for the token tracking. We've set up the bank and the Zapper voting, so we can also get support from that. We've been seeing a lot of traffic when it comes to FTM and sort of wallets increasing and stuff like that. And I don't want to say it's because of Pragma that FTM is hitting all-time highs for new unique addresses, but hey man, you never know, right? And other than that, the liquidity has been growing very steadily. It's been going very good. So it's at least there have been some very good things that that happened during this weekend. And now the big part before we go into any more of like asking you guys questions and stuff like that is an apology on our behalf. I think this weekend could have been handled a lot better in terms of our communication, and we understand that. A lot of internal discussion as to some of the mistakes that were made and some of the methods used to handle the concerns and all the FUD going on in the chat. So of course we realize that we need to improve in that sort of sense, especially in terms of community engagement and how active the Pragma channels and everything is. So for all of you that are maybe asking in terms of what are we going to do in that regard, we're starting negotiations with a very important marketing firm These guys have actually been helping us with all the marketing up until now. And what they're going to be doing is helping us in set up a better into getting new mods in, because a lot of people have been asking to be joining up until now. The process we've been using to deciding mods is, see how active you how help things better, and we are already setting up the foundations for what is going to be a new Pragma in terms of community management and social media management, and that'll probably be going into effect next week. We're still under negotiation with this agency firm. There's still internal discussion because they sent us like this huge list of, hey guys, this is what you guys need to work on. And of course, the more things we decide to ask them to solve on that list, the higher the cost gets. So we have to, internally talk about the budget, internally talk about what sort of things we would like them to take care of from the get-go, and what sort of things maybe it's like, hey man, don't take care of this, maybe, help me to better understand how we can take care of these sort of situations, or how we sort of can handle them. But we hope that starting next week, the Pragma Discord, the Pragma socials will be much more active and will be managed in a much more professional way than we have been doing so up until now. The next point I want to touch on before we go in, sorry, I have various points here that I would like to give out as announcements before we go into opening the mic and getting your guys' questions. A lot of people have been asking about the team, about how the responsibilities are divided. The main thing here, a lot of people are asking about who's the leader, who's the project owner. I wouldn't really say there's a project leader. We've been working with a very horizontal management system in which we're all separated into areas, but there's no true leader for all of these areas. There's people that are probably specialized in one thing or the other. And because of that specialization, it's like, okay, yeah, you know what, if you say it's so good, I'm okay with you, or I'm okay with that decision. But mostly it's just been, it's not really about leadership for us. It's about, working together, and about, at the end of the day, this being a team project. Because if we do have a leader of some sort, we can't really do that proper transition to a DAO, because by the time we reach to a DAO again, there will be no need for the leader, because the leader will be the community. But to touch on and answer a bit of that question that you guys have been asking about how we're divided, Delita, of course, he's our dev. He's the main guy taking care of developing the contract. Blender helps him out a lot when it comes to those sort of developments, managing servers, managing things like maybe the Discord bots, fixing things that have to do with the website and the DApp. But mostly Blender will be taking care of a lot of the treasury management. Helping with a lot of the treasury management and the trading. Adam, Moggy, and SOS, we take care of a lot of the marketing. Me and Adam mostly take care of speaking with people, getting partnerships going, contacting service providers for marketing in specific areas. Moggy does a lot of the reviewing of social media, taking care of sponsorships in that sort of sense, or partnerships. And SOS is sort of like a general marketing strategy. So any sort of thing that has to come with developing text or developing explanations when it comes to our marketing, or very large overhead sort of direction when it comes to the marketing, SOS takes care of developing that sort of stuff. And on the other side, we also have Flynn. Flynn is a huge help. Flynn sort of is the jack of all trades. He helps out all of the different areas in terms of helping with what would be the best decision to take, and sort of being the what I would say is the 11th man, and questioning, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that, as well as he does a lot of the modeling and a lot of the math that is required for Pragma to be developed. Also, he will be part of the treasury team. He'll be one of the people that is handling trades and handling how we manage the allocations of what we're going to invest in when it comes to the treasury. You guys probably haven't seen much of Hermic and Sam, but I'm sure you have seen them when they're connected in the chat. Hermic's our graphics guy. He does a lot of the graphical work we do. Mock-ups. He's the one that defined the logo, defined the colors. He's the one that defined the brand itself, and in totality. And also Sam is more focused on research and also part of the treasury management team. So the reason why you don't see him in chat that much sometimes is because he's actually behind closed doors, looking through documents, reading stuff, and preparing the sort of market research that we need, either for us to make decisions, or for preparing some of the reports that we want to share with you guys. Because once we have the verified holders role, those market reports that we're going to prepare, or that Sam's going to prepare, those are going to be exclusive for PRAGMA holders. Once the first report is done, I think we're going to be sharing it for everyone. But once we have the verified holders, it's going to be something that only PRAGMA holders will have. So besides, the gains and the dividends, part of the services or part of the benefits PRAGMA holders will have is a very specific set of channels in the Discord, which will give you guys more knowledge or more insight into the market, coming from our own experience and what we've been looking at so far. So yeah. Really now I think the main thing is to just let everyone speak their mind and ask their questions. I'm sure a lot of people have questions regarding the contract and stuff like that. But if you guys want to go ahead, raise your hands, and we'll be taking in a queue and just opening up the mic so you can participate and let us know what you think, what sort of questions you have regarding this weekend, and of course let you guys know what is being planned in order to work out that situation with the contract and stuff. Okay, so first off, we have Blessed. Let me get you up here on the stage, man.
Hey guys, how are you? Nice to meet you both.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, man. Really love the way you kind of admitted your wrongs when you started this whole conversation. I think that takes a lot. So I really appreciate that as an investor. So this is going to be a kind of off-the-cuff question. I mean, I usually ask very technical questions and try to throw a curveball or a fastball, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to try something different.
Go ahead, man.
Most of us in here, what is there, 89 people? I'm sure some of us have experienced some really difficult times over the course of the past couple of months between rugs and whales and all other kinds of, crazy shit where some of us have gotten burned worse than others. And it really comes down to the team. And what I notice is that the constant that is that the team is surrounded by people that they do not trust. And on top of that, the owners of the actual protocol, let's say yourself, or in this case, maybe not someone in particular, are not active in the community. And I know it's kind of unrealistic to be active in the community every day, since you do have a lot of responsibility on your plate and things to actually take care of and work to do. But being that this is your baby, I mean, being as active as possible is definitely encouraged, especially to keep the confidence of the investors up. And different question. I mean, do you feel confident that you're surrounded by people that you trust? And that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now the main problem has been with us specifically. Again, the moderators that we have been a lot of help, and there have been some issues that people have been presenting to us. But again, I think the problem is that there's been some situations where the moderators maybe aren't that well educated on the project or what we have in mind in terms of like big term questions. A lot of questions that come up, they're strategic based. They're very big overhead questions, that are left in the hands of us as the project developers. And I think mainly the issue has been we have not been communicating, or we have not been, setting up a very proper sort of communication in terms of, hey guys, if anyone asks you about this, we're going to be doing this, this, and that. And what happens is those questions, end up being in the air, or we have to come in and answer them ourselves. So again, we're working on that. We're working on setting up a better moderation structure. Not because our moderators are doing a bad job, but because we as the leaders of this project, we need to do a better job of keeping them informed, as well as keeping ourselves organized, so we know who's covering what hours, who's being active at what times, and just sort of getting a better structure in. Because I would like to say that up until now, moderation has been very artisanal, as well as our own participation has been very much just like, hey, I have time, I'm gonna jump in an hour or two, but then I have to hop out because I have to do other things. Because like you said, a lot of the stuff, there's a lot of things that go in the background when it comes to developing a project of this sort. A lot of back end, and not specifically as in coding, but a lot of talking with people and negotiating partnerships that we've been talking for 2 days, but suddenly something falls through, so we have to go with somebody else. Screening through so many chats and so many messages of people offering their services. And of course, we want to make sure that we take note of all of these, because at some point there's going to be that nugget, that little golden token among those offers that's going to be very, 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 very good. So we do trust our moderators. We do trust the people around us. I think the main issue we've been having is communication. So now with the implementation of this new marketing agency that's going to be helping us, the main thing that they're going to help us is define a better communication system. So not only just amongst us and the team, but the team to the moderators amongst themselves. Overall, just improve that line. That's so important to make sure the community is feeling assured about their investment. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we do very much trust our people. So let's
Hold on my side is pretty simple. It's just like either I code or I go chat with the people, and especially yesterday when I was yesterday on Sunday when I was finishing the dashboard and working on the dashboard, is like I've seen that chat going crazy. I was just like, okay, if my handle appears green online, people will come chat with me nonstop. I need to finish this because I have a deadline, and I had to put myself like up offline, and I had to go and do some work. On my case is that it's very difficult to be and doing everything at the same time. So you see me on general chat every now and then, but not as often, especially on this week. Maybe later when developments calm down, I will be participating more.
Exactly, like we want to be more active guys, but it's hard to be active and also be working behind the scenes and developing all the things that need to be developed. But again, we're fixing that. We're making it sure so that way our moderators have the same level of knowledge we have when it comes to the project. Give me 1 sec, you guys. 1 sec.
Someone's there. Someone's at the door. Your food. One thing I set with the moderators. I set up yesterday, but I start working today. So every day we gather together. Could be on today was in a text, but it might become a voice call, and we tell what are the developments of the day, like what's coming today, what we in the team are building today, what we are working on, and what are the questions that when we do this announcement or do that announcement, what are the questions that we expect to come, and what is the what is the line that we are answering, so everyone will be in line, and then no one will answer one thing or another thing, so everyone is on the same page. And also I open for questions from the moderators to us to open for suggestions and other things. And today on the first day that we did that, there was really great suggestions for the mods to the team, and we chat amongst us, and we will probably implement that into the dashboard. And then the moderators also help me to summarize the things I have to implement on the dashboard that needs to be done, like put USD value into the holdings. I have to open the chat here just to read for you guys.
I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Where is it? No worries. Where is it? It will be show the USD value on the for the holdings when you connect your wallet. Fix the mobile view, that the burger menu will go over the Pragma P logo. Put the countdown timer, the 15 minutes countdown timer, and try to put the graph, the chart on the page. But I think this is a bit more difficult, but I will see what I can do. That's the things I am implementing now, plus other ideas that will come in the future that we can announce later. Jerome, do you want to?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take the next
Call
person.
someone else?
Yeah, we're taking now Jarbo. Hey mate, how are you?
Hey man, how's it going?
By the way, Can I just say I love your profile picture? It has been so long since I've seen that video.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a classic.
Okay.
So
Oh,
yeah,
that's a
thanks.
dinosaur of a video.
Thanks. Thanks. This is more of a suggestion than a question, I guess, but just like it sounds like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of members in this Discord, so there's a lot of crazy stuff going on all the time. Maybe making like a frequently asked questions thread or something where moderators, since they're probably not like as up to date or they don't have all the knowledge of all the alpha at the time. There's probably some things they can't say, but that way they can keep track of like the frequently asked questions and give those answers out, or at least direct people towards that space in the meantime. And then as you release more stuff through announcements or whatever, they can kind of use that to direct people. But just a thought, if maybe you want to go that route.
No, yeah, it is. Actually, I set up a frequently asked questions channel the other day, but I don't know what happened to it. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. My ability with Discord sometimes isn't that good. But that is one of the things where we're gonna be working on. The only thing, the thing we're having issue with is being able to define what a frequently asked question is. Because we do have we do see a lot of the same questions going on. But sometimes it's like there'll be 2 or 3 questions that are very important that are part of the FAQ or that should be part of the FAQ. But that's also something that we're going to be implementing with this, like I would say version 2.0 of Pragma's Discords, when this marketing agency comes along and starts helping us out. But yeah, that's definitely a plan. We had initially put it up. I don't know what happened to it. But that is going to be something we're going to be having, so we can redirect people there. And if there's any questions you guys have, hopefully that FAQ can take care of that.
Awesome, thanks.
Thank you, man. Okay, next question, Sigil.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, man. What's up?
Good evening, good midday, good morning, wherever everybody is. I just had some specific questions about where we are now in the roadmap, what's about to happen, because there's a lot of people in here probably who want to know where we are and where we are going in the future as well. And I also have that question for you guys. That's about it.
Awesome.
What are the future developments that are incoming? What are you focusing on the most? And where are we now?
So
after
right
launch?
right now, speaking from a marketing term, which is what I'm mostly taking care of, is identifying big potential influencers, pages, social media outlets that can help us with improving our exposure. 2 of those that we have planned are CoinGecko and Dex tools, not specifically as in, we're already listed on CoinGecko, but as sort of helping them, advertising the project on their site. We're also looking into getting whitelisted on SpookySwap. We've sent in the request and everything, so that way when you guys search up Pragma directly on SpookySwap, you can see Pragma on SpookySwap. And more than anything, just like I said, trying to identify proper people to work with, because unfortunately during the pre-phase of launching, a lot of the marketing partners that we had, they ended up being not that great, or the quality of the videos that they made weren't that great. And right now what we're focusing on is we don't want some random dude that has 100 200k users, but all he does is goes into the website and starts reading the site. What we want to do is we want to start getting people that will improve in terms of the understanding of the project and have much higher quality videos that actually explain what the project is, or allow them to give their opinion on what they think of the project. And the other big things that we're working on, at least that I'm taking care of, is hopefully get us set up so we can start the community education. I've been talking about this a good amount of times, but really, I talked about it in the chat the other day. One of the main goals that we have here is be a sort of decentralized hedge fund. And the idea or the reason behind that is because we want to make the sort of the opportunities and the strategies that can be sometimes life-changing when it comes to financial opportunities that hedge funds can offer. We want to make sure it's open to anybody, because those of you that might or might not know about hedge funds, they're very high cost of entry. They're very reserved. Sometimes they're very exclusive in terms of who can join, and we sort of want to be that. We want to be a hedge fund that helps people, grow their capital and make it available for everyone. But at the same time, I think what many people forget in this crypto space is that becoming financially independent isn't just about having a large bag. It's not just about how many Lambos can I buy. It's about being smart with that money. Okay, today I have enough money with a Lambo. What are you going to do? Are you going to buy the Lambo? Or are you going to go ahead and invest that in something else? Are you going to separate that money up into portions, so you can have some money for rainy day, some money for investment, some money for other things that need to be taken care of, like debt. So on my part, I want to get started with that community education and start getting some feedback from what you guys are interested in. This is it's not real yet, but I myself am getting trained as a professional financial advisor. I'm getting a certificate from my home country, and a lot of the things that I focus on with my studies in my school is personal finance and wealth management. So what I want to bring you guys is sort of tips, tricks, education that has to go with that. Now you have a bag. Now you have a lot of money. Hopefully, once we start to recover from this dip here in Pragma. But now what are you going to do with it? Because that's the other half of becoming financially independent, of becoming a whale. It's not just getting all that money. It's learning to use that money properly. And the other thing I'm working on is our carbon strategy. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be buying carbon credits to offset our carbon footprint. So just yesterday, I finished developing the methodology we're going to be using to measure our carbon. We already have a very important partner set up with which we're going to be obtaining these tokens, these tokenized carbon credits. And besides that, it's just simply working on developing new products, specifically the Vault. And also seeing how we can, maybe I think it's still under talks about how we're going to be handling the quantum liquid service that Sphere offers, but that's still something that it requires a lot of back and forth with talking and sort of developing a much stronger line of communication with them. Delita, I don't know if on the dev side there's anything you might want to add or mention that is in the works right now, or is the sort of next step when it comes to the development.
Yeah, there is. So now the focus will be turning to the dividends and the vault and the quant vault. The quant vault is not in development yet, but it is still in getting all the maths right. So once we had like everything defined, I will start working on the contracts to the vote, but I think the dividends will come first. So we are in chat with the treasury team to decide how the dividends will be paid and how it will work exactly. So then we can go and start. I can go and start coding that. On the timeline, I've seen a question on the timeline on the dividends on the AMA chat. So I think we're looking for a monthly dividend. So by the end of the month, no, we launched on the
14th. So the 14th of next month.
14th, right? Yeah. So we're looking at target on the 14th of May, but it could be a bit later. But don't worry that the dividends will run, retroactive to the date we launched. So that's not a big deal. So probably the dividends will be paid very likely either in Phantom or in USDC. That is our majority holdings on the treasury. But I cannot give you specifics on the maths exactly, because I don't own this knowledge. So the treasury team will come with a proper announcement to say how exactly will work. After this is defined, then it will be coded into contracts and into another DApp that will be the DApp that the investor will be able to go and claim the dividends. So mainly dividends and the quant vote developments will start to kick on from now on.
Yeah, and just to add a little bit on the dividend.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Adam, that's part of marketing. He's starting to take care of compiling some information, some results from our treasury team, because a lot of people were asking for those results, sort of hard views of what sort of results we can deliver when it comes to treasury growth with our trading. So expect that. I hope relatively soon. We're working on compiling a lot of information. But again, like I think Flynn mentioned it in the chat, a lot of that information is privileged, and a lot of that information we can't really share it because it's either working with centralized exchanges or other stuff that in short it would probably dox us or give away some information that we shouldn't when it comes to the trading. So what we're trying to do is compile all of that information and find a way that it's verifiable, or more like it's so you guys can see the results. But at the same time, we're being very careful as to not sort of also show some information of some of the people that are handling clients, because some of our traders actually have people that they're trading their money for, doing prop trading. And someone also to add on this point of the dividends, someone was asking how we're going to avoid people from manipulating the dividends and avoid them from just simply buying, taking the dividend, and then selling it off. So right now, I think it's going to be a 2-factor snapshot. One snapshot at a specific time that probably won't be mentioned, and then another snapshot right before we release the dividend to make sure during that time people were actually holding their PRAGMA, and then based on those 2 snapshots, we know who gets the dividend and who does not. But this is only an intermediate solution. We're going to be having a much more advanced and automated solution to verify who has been holding PRAGMA appropriate amount of time to receive the dividend, and also make sure that the people that are getting the dividend aren't just people that, like Gasman said in the chat, it's just I buy it today, I get the dividend, I sell the next day, or I sell in a few minutes. Because even if they do that, they're going to end up losing because of the buy and sell tax. You have to hold PRAGMA quite a bit in order to counteract that buying and selling tax. So that's sort of the first way we're going to be able to get over that hurdle of verifying who gets the dividend and making sure they are indeed holders. But then after that month, it's going to be a much more automated process that just takes a bit of time to develop.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. I don't know if that answers all of your questions, man, or if you have any more doubts.
That's an elaborate answer to a short question, but okay.
We like giving elaborate answers, man. I think the issue has been that we've had a bit of lack of being transparent, or being very mysterious or trying to create hype. So what we want to do is
yeah. What I want to suggest about the AMA, because you guys you said that you're struggling for with information, giving information to the community. You can also, instead of recording it, you can also make a short text about what
notes.
things were discussed.
One of the mods is taking care of taking notes right now, and moving forward, Sam will be doing that a lot more. But the thing is, Sam wasn't available today. But we will be defining rules for people to be taking notes, and then posting those notes in sort of like an announcement channel where you guys can read the resume or the brief of the AMA.
Yeah, because there are 100 people listening, but everybody's on different time zones, and you got 40K people.
And then a 1 hour AMA sometimes can be a bit difficult to watch completely, So
yeah,
we're taking notes right now, and after this, I'm going to be reviewing those notes, adjusting them, and then we're going to be posting them in a specific channel for you guys to read through it quickly.
Cool. No further questions.
Awesome. Thanks, Sigil. Before we take someone else from the what's it called from the queue, there was a question asking us to describe what the quant vault is and the PR green. The PR green just simply refers to our strategy when it comes to carbon offsetting and being more environmentally friendly. And to be completely honest with you guys, this isn't just marketing. I myself, my actual expertise when it comes to finance or traditional finance is climate finance. And I pushed a lot within the team. The team was in full agreement that we should give back a little bit of what we do. Not just with the charity that we're going to be doing and the charity work that we're going to be distributing with whatever comes out of the cash flows of the treasury, but the PR green usually just refers to of what Pragma is going to be doing in order to be at least reaching carbon neutral at first, and then working towards carbon negative, meaning that we're going to be offsetting more carbon than we actually produce. And sort of trying to make sure that we're doing our part to help with climate change, because at the end of the day, it's a team effort. And even though, yes, it's like 10% of the world, which is that 10% of people with high net worth are actually the ones that are producing like 40 to 50% of the actual emissions. If you add up all of us in the mid ranges of income, we sum up to about like another 40-30%. So it's a team effort. It's not just about letting the people at top make the changes. It's about us as a market, as about us as a people, participating, even if it's a small bit. It's in conjunction of all of us doing the same small activities together. At the end of the day, it'll make a large difference. So that's pretty much what PR green means. It means it's our green strategy. The APY, yes, we know that the APY is high, and the APY, I think we mentioned this in another AMA, is going to be subject to change or recalculation. But of course, this is only going to be open up for once we're in a down model. It's going to be the community's decision when this APY is going to go down. And of course, how much it's going to go down is not something that we're just going to be like, oh, we're going to bring it down 20%. No, we're going to be doing proper study of how much emissions we have created, what sort of the market conditions for our token are at the moment when we're deciding, and all of that stuff. It's mostly going to be, we're going to be talking a bit more about how that APY is going to be brought down to something more sustainable once we're in the DAO model. But rest assured that 277K APY is going to be changed as time goes by, because it is indeed, we can't sustain it for forever. But of course, whenever we do change it, it's going to be a community effort as to how the decision is going to be made, and of course how we get to that result of how much the change should be. Now let's go ahead and take somebody from the request to speak. Independence. Hey mate, how you doing? Can you hear me, mate?
Having mic problems?
Seems like it. You can hear me, right, Delita? I hope we're not having that issue where some people can hear me and others.
No. We're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fine. I think Independence might be having some microphone issues.
Yeah, it seems so.
Independence, if you don't mind, can you type your question in the chat?
Okay, I think maybe let's bring on Fatal, and then once Dependence comes back and he fixes his issues, we'll bring him back on. Oh wait, okay. I think he's done. Okay, let's bring Independence on, see if it's working. If not, we'll bring on Fatal. Hello. Okay, no, yeah, seems like there's something wrong with the mic. Independence, buddy, you mind if we get back to you in a little bit, if you want? In the meantime, put your question in the chat. But let's take Fatal and give him a shot, and maybe hopefully this isn't a Discord thing when it comes to the mic problems. Okay, great. Thanks, Independence. I'm gonna be moving you back to the audience. What's up? How you doing?
You guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm sorry. I actually kind of forgot my hand was open on my child's jiu-jitsu thing. But my question was actually about that dividend. But I believe you guys did touch and answer that about the new people coming in and how the distribution could be for like the long-time holders and how much kind of touched on and how that will be distributed amongst people who been in there longer or just joined. But I did believe you guys touched up on that pretty nicely before I got up here.
Okay, awesome. So if you haven't any more questions, man, and if not, let's go ahead and let's move on.
No, we're all good. But thank you for the chance.
Yeah, great. Thank you, man. Okay, so now I'm gonna be moving over to the chat because I'm sure some people maybe don't feel comfortable with opening their mic up. The API they sustained. Let's move up. Dividend. Okay, that's been. Exactly. Dust Kicker has made a very important point. Again, what we're trying to be is a decentralized investment or a decentralized hedge fund. Our ultimate goal is to be the DeFi of Renaissance Technologies. For those of you who do not know who Renaissance or what Renaissance Technologies is, I would highly recommend you search it up and also search up Dr. Jim Simmons. Dr. Jim Simmons is a mathematician that developed in the world of maths. He developed some very crazy things, some very important stuff. He actually, if I'm not mistaken, developed some of the math behind that is used with quantum physics. You know, some very important breakthroughs were made because of the math he developed. But after a while, he decided, you know what, I wanna switch careers. I want to do something much more challenging, and he switched over to setting up a hedge fund. You know, he set up a hedge fund, and he had to set it up with not financiers or people with banking experience and stuff like that. He set it up with exclusively scientists. So he set it up with a lot of mathematicians, astronomers, physicists, lots of people with heavy logical based or science based degrees. He brought on board a lot of the people that first developed machine learning way back when IBM was starting off. IBM was starting off. And what we want to be is that we want to be that sort of decentralized Renaissance Technologies. We want to be a decentralized investment / hedge fund, and you holding PRAGMA or the main incentive we want for people to hold PRAGMA is that monthly dividend, is the returns coming from what we're offering in terms of our investment strategy. So in short, yes, if you hold PRAGMA token, it's more akin to being holding shares of a fund, of an investment fund. Now, moving on to Rugaki was asking how will the community participate in the APY. Yes, Rugaki, we will first share with you guys what our findings are, what our calculations are in terms of the APY, and then put that up for vote. You know, we'll of course we'll first make a whole post describing how we got to that result, what the result is, and then once we have that result, we'll post it, and then you guys will we'll start to vote on that. From what I'm understanding, because it's also being kept quiet amongst us to make sure we don't accidentally leak it. The DAO model is going to be very interesting, and there's also going to be some math behind it. But once we get closer to that model being released, we'll give you guys a much more clearer picture of how the DAO model for PRAGMA will work. And like I said, that's how you guys will be deciding on the APY. We will give you the research, we will give you the stats, the information required to make that decision, and you guys will decide, like where we're going to bring it down to, or what it's going to become. Update on the DApp self. I don't know if you joined in late, but Delita gave some updates at the beginning. We've been getting help from the mods to make sure we're taking everyone's recommendations or suggestions as to what to add to the DApp. The main things that Delita is working on right now is adding the calculation of the dollar value of the PRAGMA you're holding, the timer, some issues with the UI being funky on mobile, and adding a graph to better show like how the price is moving and stuff like that. And of course, any other suggestions that you guys have, send them to us. We're taking them into account. We're making a list, and we're checking it twice. A bit too early for Christmas jokes. But yeah, the moderators have been a big help in getting that sort of brief as to what you guys want to see on the DApp, and we're making sure to take that all into account. And we're working on. Well, Delita is working on those changes. When will be the change?
Just an update on that is that a lot of people will come in and say that there are lots of things that other projects are doing, but on their dApps. Once again, one I can say that is Titano has like it can differ how much you bought and how much you got into rebases, and that's not that simple to make. So give time to improve. The DApp will improve little by little, and the UI will also improve. So don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Exactly, little by little. We have one man taking care of our whole code infrastructure. So, all we ask is
let me get an update. Let me give an update on that as well. So we have a community member who is enter as a developer as well. So he won't be part of the team as shown in blue, but he's taking care of some of the code as well. So he will help me and free my time as well to do more work. So
awesome.
Updates will come faster now.
Awesome, guys.
It's really good. Really good.
Love to hear it. Now, Trisk is asking when will the APY change? That still hasn't been decided. I mean, I think it's still pretty early to give an actual exact date. But I will ask around specifically the Treasury team and everyone behind the math if they have an ETA or an estimate, and when we can share that in terms of when the APY will share. But again, there will be enough time to let you guys know.
Guys, it's day 4 since we launched.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Don't worry, we will give you guys enough time to make that decision, to read our findings, and let you guys know when the APY is going to be switched.
Big money bags had a question like, do you plan to add random utilities to sustain APY? Well, I wouldn't call it random, but yes, we do have plans for projects and products. So the first thing we're focusing is the dividend, but other things will come up. So wait, and we will start announcing them. We will have products and we will have services that will require PRAGMA as a payment method.
Exactly. Like I mentioned, the Discord the verified holder is going to be a big part of what we're doing. A lot of the education we're going to be offering, or a lot of the research or knowledge we can offer, is going to be exclusive to PRAGMA holders. So obviously we need to verify that those holders have PRAGMA, and that's how we're going to be able to allow you guys to access those informations or those docs. And also the vault, like Delita said, the vault requires you to hold PRAGMA, and vast majority of our products will require you to hold PRAGMA and to prove you hold PRAGMA in order to have access to these products. And of course, right now we're getting the hamster running onto what we can develop, what we can do, and sort of make it so that way it's people see more value in holding PRAGMA than actually going off and selling it just for the passive income that comes from the rebase. And by more niche roles, Moneybags, do you have anything in mind or anything specifically? Do you think we should we get a mascot? I kind of want a mascot. I don't know why, but I want one of those. I would love those. I don't know if you guys know, but in Japan, every city has its own mascot, and the mascot has a leotard, and they look all cute. And I don't know why, but that seems very, very interesting for me. I'm a bit of a sucker when it comes to cute things.
I think Independence raised the hand again. Should we try to...
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring him on. And then we'll bring on Boomer.
Yeah.
I've moved to my mobile. Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yeah, sure.
Oh wow, you can finally hear me.
yeah, man, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I just wanted to say, I thought that this is a turning point for us and the protocol. I really appreciate you guys apologizing and acknowledging some of the mistakes that were made early on in the protocol. I know it was difficult, and yeah, I think that like as a member of the community, I really feel listened to.
Yeah,
Hello?
that's what we're trying, man. You know, we've been lacking a bit when it comes to the whole sentiment part of dealing with the project, and at the end of the day, we have to always have it clear that crypto is a sentiment based market, you know. So obviously, making you guys feel included is a big part of what's going to make the project stand out or make the project actually sustain. So again, apologies for the mess that happened during the weekend, guys. As project developers, we're
No.
still getting the hang of a lot of things. But we're working effortlessly to try and we're putting a lot of effort into improving, into making sure the community and everything is being run correctly.
Yeah, and that shows, and I can really see that. And I just wanted to say thanks for answering the DMs and thanks for communicating. I don't think there was intentionally flooding. I just think that I had a lot of questions, and I know that you reached out to me personally and you spoke to me, and like you know what I mean. And a lot of members were probably in the same boat. But just looking at the chat now, it's a lot more positive, and I can see us really heading the right kind of direction. And I'm just interested to see where this project goes and what happens with it. Um, like you know, I've signed up for the long term here, and a lot of people have. I think that Sphere needs a competitor, and I believe that this protocol could be that competitor.
Sorry, mate. It cut off for me a bit. Go ahead, Delhi.
I think we're not thinking about, you know, lots of people saying everything is a competitor, or we're just thinking that our market is very small compared to the whole crypto market, compared to the whole financial system is very small as well. And our part of the crypto market is very, 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 it's tiny compared to what, you know, the average person who holds Bitcoin on Binance or Coinbase. It's very small. I was chatting today with one of the devs of the MDB, the how's that, MDB, money dollar baby, and I think we should, you know, not see ourselves as competitors. At the end of the day, we are competitors, but we should try to bring more money into this, because imagine the average investor. The average investor doesn't know what's MetaMask, doesn't know how to add Phantom to MetaMask, doesn't know how to add BSC or AVAX to MetaMask. Imagine this person just buy Phantom on Binance and holds Phantom, or by AVAX, or by BNB, and this money has to come into our market, you know, coming into whatever is the project, Titano, Pragma, Sphere, MDB, or any other coin that it's working and everyone see as a competitor. From there, we try to take the investors from one another. I get it, because it is competition, but I think that the pool is very small still. We need to educate people to come from the big players. You know, we need to educate people to set up a MetaMask wallet, add Phantom, send some Phantom from Binance or from KuCoin or from Crypto.com or any other exchange, which I don't know all the exchanges that holds Phantom, but I think the three biggest are these ones. And buy some Pragma and go to SpookySwap and learn how to use SpookySwap, because people don't know how to do it. People don't know how to connect to a website. People don't know how to use Bogged Finance or use Rubik or Bridge, or, you know, these kind of things are difficult. These are the people who have to bring in, and this is where this education comes. So I don't think battling for a small pool of people. It's good. We just need to try to bring the big money in. That's my
No, totally. That's
2 cents
that's
on
my idea.
seeing as competitors. Like I don't think it's important to
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Instead of trying to fight for the fish in the little pond, let's try and move over to the ocean and try to catch some bigger fish, And a lot of those bigger fish are a lot of the people that aren't transferring over to DeFi. It's mainly because they're scared, They're not sure about how to do this, how to do that. And that's the main reason why I would like to move over. I will start adding more education into our marketing strategy to help people better understand what DeFi is, how it can help them, and get their toes wet and into these DeFi waters and start getting more appetite for risk. Just instead of simply having Phantom on Binance and staking it for 2-3%, bring it over to Pragma, and get a much higher return and also a lot more benefits from just holding the token. But yeah, super agreed with Delita that the main idea is maybe not look at ourselves as competitors, but see more of how we can bring people from other markets or from the centralized market into DeFi. Make that transition as easy as possible.
Okay, great.
Independence.
Hello?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for
Thank
your
you. All right,
comments.
bye.
Thanks, man. Now
Thank you.
let's bring on Boomer, who I have also been chatting. If you guys ever want to chat or you have any specific questions and you see that's not being answered in the chat, you can always DM me. My DMs are open. I take some time to answer because I'm sometimes busy with other things, so I forget to check Discord to see what notifications I have, but I will answer eventually. What's up, Boomer? How you doing, man?
Good. Hey guys, Drone. Thanks for chatting with me in DMs. It's always nice. I wrote it in the text, but I have a question on the vault. Is that something that we're going to stake our Pragma into? Or is it just anyone that's a Pragma holder is going to take advantage of the vault and the interest and dividends?
So again, it's multi-asset. Pragma will be one of those assets that you can stake. I don't want to spoil the benefits or anything else, but again, multi-asset, Pragma will be one of those assets. Of course, we're in the early stages of development of the vault. So once we do have much more fleshed out details, we will give them to you guys. But again, multi-asset in Pragma is going to be one of them. The other assets, where a lot of them we're still deciding what they're going to be. So just keep an eye out for that. But
oh yeah, so the vault is going to be you guys' investments. The dividends are going to come to Pragma holders. My question is, Pragma holders, do we need to do something special with our Pragma to qualify for those dividends, or will they just be equally spread to all Pragma
for the first month,
holders?
no. Well, for the first month, we're just going to be taking in snapshots and we're going to be reviewing holdings, because there's some cases, and in some cases, if it's a very, very small amount of Pragma, the dividend will equal to, I don't know, 0.01 cents, of a dollar. And at the end of the day, it's like, hey man, we're going to see you a dividend that's $0.01. But what we're spending in gas fees is the value of your dividend, So there's going to be a lot of calculations, so we have a threshold, so it's efficient. But we will also have other conditions for the dividend. But at least for the start, we want to make sure everyone sees it, everyone gets to enjoy it. But after that, we will have sort of specific conditions for Pragma holders to get that dividend, and that's mostly because we want that dividend, that reward, to be for actual holders, not for people that simply are here. It's like, hey, I've timed the Pragma dividend, so I'm just going to buy, wait for the dividend, get the dividend, then sell, and then repeat and repeat and repeat. So we will have specific conditions to make sure we're filtering out all those people that simply aren't Pragma holders, that don't believe in what we're doing, and not reward them, reward the people that are actually holding because they believe in Pragma.
Yeah, that's good. That was going to be my second question. Is there going to be any kind of a club or something exclusive for long-term holders that are like locked in, that have big investments, or that haven't bought, that aren't just in and out type of thing? So it sounds like you've got that on the roadmap.
Exactly.
That's good.
We
The other
go ahead. Yeah,
No,
the development on that is that we can't use collab land, so we're probably going to be developing some sort of additional function with our DApp or some other DApp. But again, this is going to take some time to develop because we have to develop the solution in order to verify holders from the ground up. So there will be sort of like an exclusive club, and that club will exist within Discord, and it will show you depending on, you know, we can rank it. You know, it's like this person has been holding Pragma for X amount of time, so they'll be having, I don't know, the wizard Pragma rank because they've been holding for so long, or they're a whale wizard, something like that. You know, something that to help you guys identify
Right.
yourselves as these are the people that are holding a lot of Pragma or have been holding Pragma for a long time. But still, we got to develop it from the ground up, and we got to start off with at least making sure we have a way to verify who's holding and who's not. You know.
Yep. Do you anticipate that the value of the dividend eventually will be stronger than the incentive to pull out the rebase
Oh,
every day
yes.
for passive
Yes,
income?
the dividend. Right now, the dividend strategy is that the difference or the growth of the treasury, which is the difference between the current month and the previous month, 10% of that is going to be going into a dividend. And the reason why only 10% is going into a dividend is so the rest of it can be reinvested into the treasury, and we sort of get this monthly compounding effect. You know, we're only giving out 10%, and the other 80, because another 10% is going to be going to the treasury. I mean, sorry, to the charity activities. So that 80% that's remaining that we made an income from trading, that's going to go back into the treasury. It's going to be traded and it's going to be worked on for the next month. And even though we're going to continue with just distributing 10%, since the treasury is growing, our positions that we're using in the investment are growing as well. So thus the returns are growing as well. And then it just keeps going and going and going and going until eventually, like I said, compounding effect, and the dividend is a very large amount.
Right. So you're anticipating, just for example, let's say that my portion of the dividend would be $1,000, and that $1,000 is probably going to be greater than if I would have gotten rebases and pulled them out each day. You know, maybe they would have come to 800. So it's better to leave my rebases in and take the dividend rather than pull my
Exactly.
rebases
Exactly.
out so that I get less
Yes.
dividend.
That's
All right.
exactly the
Yeah,
point.
it's sort of like
Okay.
a
Right.
stock or stakeholder what's it called, structure. The more a person has of X or Y stock, of course they're a majority shareholder, which means they get more dividend. So again, the more Pragma you're holding, the better the dividend you're going to get. So if you do end up selling any of your rebase, well, of course, your position or your staking in Pragma reduces, which means when the next dividend comes, since you sold some of your position, well, of course, the dividend that you're going to get compared to this month to the next month is going to be lower.
Right. That makes sense. Well, I
So
appreciate
it's
you guys. I know that it's early on. I just want to encourage you to, be very transparent and up your communication, because it's a community that you're in a high risk. Not only is crypto high risk, but the whole rebase space doesn't have a good reputation, and I know that your model is trying to change that. But I just encourage you to be on the front end of that, and over communicate if you can.
Definitely.
We
Like I
appreciate
mentioned, the idea now for focusing our post marketing campaign is starting to focus a bit more on how we can improve the current community, not bring in more community, but how we can improve the communication with our current community and keep the people that are already on board happy, keep them interested and keep them feel assured of what we're doing.
Well, perfect. Keep up the good work, guys. Get some
Yeah.
sleep too.
Thanks. That is definitely
Thank
something that we need.
All right.
Later,
Bye.
man.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And,
Boomer.
Independence is asking if let me go back up because I think there's some other things that I've missed. Please be aware of third party. Okay, yeah, Delita, a question more specifically for you regarding this third party that we have for developing the contract. I suppose we have security measures to make sure that all he's doing is helping us with the code, but actually doesn't have any sort of access to launching it or altering the code that we already have developed, right?
No. There's no way to alter the code. I'll work together, and we will work on the new developments. We together with him, and it will free my time to do all this stuff and spend more time with the community as well, and develop. I'll say in my case, like quicker stuff, like for example, fix the DApp on here and there. There's a mistake here and there. I will go and fix quickly, because at the moment I have to deal with the contract, I have to deal with the DApp, I have to deal with all the whole infrastructure. So I can focus on one part. I'll have this developer focus on another part, and then we will, two people working at the same time in parallel will be way better, way faster.
Now, Shayla was asking why we don't just use. Now, the idea is that you do use the quantum liquidity as a service of Sphere, but another thing that it's mostly a strategy I've been developing is that some people were showing the other day in chat that they were seeing a little bit of selling going on with Pragma, but this selling was being done by Spooky Swap in order to sell the tokens that they recovered from their fees. And then that selling is then used to buy back Boo, which is Spooky Swap's token. So the idea is we're gonna first get whitelisted on Spooky Swap, and then what I think is that we can set up our own, system like a QLast, to stake our LP tokens. We get paid Spooky, and then we can just sell that Spooky to put back into the liquidity pool whatever it is Spooky used to sell, the fees and all that stuff. And that would